Darkness. We hear someone rubbing their hands together, blowing on them. External, mountain, Wales, evening. We're in a wide, flat expanse on a bleak, treeless mountain in Wales, UK. In this vastness is a figure with a dog, and we zoom into Evan. 30s, tall, athletic, yet hippie-ish, rubbing his hands together to keep them warm. He's more or less appropriately dressed in mountaineering gear, a little eccentrically and eschewing lycra with a backpack. He looks like an experienced mountain walker, but he's looking around, trying to make sense of his map. But he's lost, disorientated. It's getting dark. Clothes on. He checks his GPS. He gets a reading, it buffers, gets a reading, then it suddenly cuts out. He shakes it. No good. Shakes it again.
Fuck's sake.
He studies the map again. His dog, Boz, a youngish, sleek and sprightly lurcher, yaps.
Okay then, boss. Let's get us camped out for the night.
There's a squall of wind. Evan pulls his jacket hood around him. From his POV, there's a low hummock a few hundred yards away. Evan walks towards it. The hummock turns out to be a low wall of what was a building. It's sheltered. There's some flat ground.
Is 4-star enough for you, Prince Boss?
Boz yaps, runs around sniffing. Evan puts his back down and starts to remove a few stones from his new camping ground. Boz disappears off, following a scent trail. Evan flicks a stone away, then another. Inadvertently, he flicks a sheep turd too. We see it arc, and then it lands on a small tussock of sphagnum. The tussock momentarily lights up and shimmers, ominously. Evan catches the light in the corner of his eye, though, as he turns to look, it's gone. Evan wanders over to where he thought the light came from. There's nothing there. Ho-hum. Oh well, time to take a leak. Evan unzips and starts to piss. He doesn't realise, but he's pissing directly onto the tussock. The tussock beginning to silently and ominously vibrate. It steams, more than just from a stream of urine. We can see it, but why can't Evan? Boz suddenly yaps and yaps and yaps a distance away. Evan rushes over. The dog is standing at the top of some sort of hole that goes down, down, down. Evan picks up a stone and drops it. Nothing. Boz growls. Evan shines his head torch down. Something momentarily glints, then is gone. There's a low, ominous rumble, so low that only Boz can hear it. Then the ground shakes. Then silence.
Come on, boss dog. Let's get the tent up.
Evan goes back to his campsite, flicks a few more turds and stones away. Every time he flicks a turd, they each fall onto a different tussock. From above, we see tussocks all around lighting up one by one and then extinguishing one by one. Evan is sat in his tent looking out. He's just eaten some food from a small cooking stove. Boz is lying on his knee. It's wonderfully clear, starlit night. Evan is drawing on a joint.
Beautiful, eh, Bozzy? Just like you.
Boz growls.
Take a toke?
Boz growls again. Evan stubs the roach out. Careful, don't want to start a fire, and flicks it away. It arcs high and falls onto a tussock. All around, tussocks light up red, one after the other, as though they're all connected and communicating with each other. The low, ominous rumbling starts up again, getting gradually louder. As before, Evan can't see anything untoward happening, nor can he hear anything. Boz, though, is getting agitated.
What's up?
Boz's growling is getting more intense. Suddenly, Boz springs up and runs off into the night, yapping. Then silence. It's completely dark.
Oh, Boz.
Evan gets up with faux weariness and walks into the night.
Very funny. Not. Wow.
Evan's eyes caught by the reflection of the stars in a pool of water. But they're not stars.
No?
Evan thrusts his hand into the pool and he plucks.
A diamond.
Evan sees another one in the water and another. He scoops them out. Then there's more and more. He can't believe it. He pauses, then can't stop himself. He's pulling diamond after diamond out of one pool. Then another pool lights up. Then another. He goes over to the tent, picks up his backpack, tips everything out of it, and scoops handful after handful of diamonds into it. He carries on and on and on from pool to pool, more and more manically. He sees another pool and does the same, on and on until he falls dead beat into his tent. Blackout. Mountain birds. There's a warm glow as interior tent day. Evan wakes up, very slowly as if he's been asleep for a year. He's face down where he fell, hugging the rucksack close. We see the stubble on his face is now a beard. Evan rubs his face and chin, confused, scared. He gets up, calls for Boz. No response. He looks around him. It's a beautiful, calm day. Sunny. In normal circumstances, it would be idyllic. Evan, suddenly very agitated, looks into his backpack. It's full of diamonds. Phew, it wasn't a dream. He calls for Boz again, still no response. He starts hurriedly to take down his tent. We see into his open backpack. One by one, the diamonds turn into sheep turds. Evan bundles his tent into the rucksack and rapidly straps it down. He looks at his GPS. He's got a reading now. He studies his map, then strides off into the vast moorland, calling for his dog. We stay at the building as Evan recedes into the distance, periodically calling for Boz. Next to the building, we see a small white object. Close-up of a small skeleton. It's a dog. Yes. Close-up of the collar and tag, which says Boz. We zoom up from the building and in the vast expanse see a small figure, hurriedly stumbling along with a massively extended and heavy rucksack, calling for his dog. Momentarily, around the building, the tussocks light up. There's a rumbling noise, seemingly mocking. The ground shakes, and one by one, the lights extinguish. End.